So this is going to be a quick video on setting up a user-defined template. Set it up like one of my templates that I already have. And it's going to be about using custom naming and color coding to make things more recognizable at a glance when you're looking at a session. So we'll start with new tracks. So I'm going to do, these are 8 mono audio tracks. I'm going to do 3 stereo aux tracks, 4 stereo instrument tracks, and I'm going to do a stereo master fader. I like to put all of my audio and MIDI tracks into folders so I can open them or collapse them as I'm using them and help keep my mixer view clean and simple. These 6 audio tracks are going to be my guitar tracks. I record with a pair of AEAN22 microphones. I record them onto their own mono tracks, a left and right. So I'm going to pan them that way to start with. And like I say, I put them into folders. So the way you accomplish that fairly easily is select the tracks you want in the folder. Right click on it, go to Move to, New Folder. You have 2 selections. You have either a basic folder or routing folder. I like routing folders. And then I make sure that this route to tracks is checked. So then when I name this, it's going to do 2 things. It's going to name the folder track, whatever I custom name it, and it's also going to name the outputs of the audio tracks that go in that folder track are going to be named the same. So in other words, this is going to be for my acoustic rhythm guitar. So when I do that, so it takes these 2 audio tracks, their outputs are acoustic rhythm guitar. The input of the folder track is acoustic rhythm guitar because the name of the folder is acoustic rhythm guitar. And then I'll go ahead and actually custom name. I'm going to name this acoustic rhythm left, then acoustic rhythm right. Okay, so now at a glance, I know that this is going to be my acoustic rhythm left microphone track. This is going to be my acoustic rhythm right microphone track. And I'll do custom color coding also, but I'll do that later. So now I'll proceed and do put the rest of these pairs in folders. This is going to be the acoustic lead. And so forth and so on. So I'll do that real quick and get back to you. Okay, and so then I'm going to assign all the folder tracks and my aux tracks to this 2-mix track because this is going to be my main sub bus, my 2 bus. So we'll select them. And I'm going to rename it to Mix. Okay, now I'm going to start setting things up here. Forgot to do this one. To Mix. Okay. Then I'm going to do this. I'm going to actually drag this over here. So now you can see I basically have my tracks named. Now I'll start naming my inputs. My outputs mostly are named, and I'll start color coding. So I'll do that in the I/O matrix. Okay, so I don't tend to color code my inputs, but I do like to custom name them now because I just record myself and I'm basically using the same microphones all the time. I can kind of get this nailed down to real specific. Start naming these. Okay, so those are named for the N22 left mic, N22 right mic. This I'm going to name for my large diaphragm condenser, which is an 80K 251Z mod. Okay, so I got those done. Now, where I will start doing some color coding, first thing I'll rename this. I call it stereo monitor, and I'm going to color code it just so it'll stand out. And then my buses, I will start doing that. So my VI bus, I'm going to do in yellow. My vocal bus, I'm going to do in magenta. The guitars, I'm going to do in light blue. And to mix, I'm going to do in orange. Those are more or less what the track colors are going to be. Okay, so now you can see I've got these outputs, and buses are color coded. So you can see the outputs for all of the folder tracks. There's to mix. Same thing for my effects tracks, my aux tracks over here, and then coming into this to mix. All right, so I'm all color coded now. So just a matter of picking the inputs. Oops. Okay, now I've got to do some sends. Okay, so I'm going to name this input M7. This input bus I'm going to name tape echo. So by naming them what the destination track is, then I know exactly where they're going to go. So for instance, and I'm going to do this one, this one, this one, this one. I'm going to do send. Okay, so I've got all those sends done. Okay, then I'll assign these. So there you have it. That's basically my template setup.